good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I want to talk about one of the more mysterious teams in the NBA, that being the New Orleans Pelicans, at least for me, because I truly don't know what their plans are for the future and what this team's going to look like going forward. There's been so many rumors about like trading Zion or trading Ingram or Herb Jones available now. There's been so many different rumors on this team. The team is obviously super talented, a lot of good players on the roster. It just hasn't fully clicked yet. They had that nice little run again as the 8th seed against the Suns, and it looked like they're about to upset them for a second. Other than that, it's just been kind of quiet since. And of course, there was rumors in the offseason that they wanted to trade up in the draft to draft Scoot Henderson, whether or not that meant Zion or Ingram were available for trade in that deal. And that was later shut down, saying that's not true. So I just truly don't know what this team is going to do going forward, which is why I think it'd be a fun and challenging video to come on here and rebuild the New Orleans Pelicans in the way that I think things could go. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Of course, right now we are really close to the NBA trade deadline. I will be live next Thursday on deadline day, and we've just been talking about trade rumors, trades, and doing rebuilds on the trades that have been happening. So there's been a lot to talk about. We did a Jazz video yesterday because they're a fun, interesting team in the Western Conference, and today we got the Pelicans, because obviously Zion's super talented. The health issues have been there, but you know, this season he's still available. You have CJ McCollum, who they traded for. When they first got him, it looked absolutely amazing. I remember the Blazers trading him there, and he looked great right away. Since, it's been up and down. Brandon Ingram, of course, is really good. Jonas Valanciunas, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, those are two really nice young players that a lot of teams would love to have. Larry Nance, Jose Alvarado, Najee Marshall. So I'm just not really sure what this team is going to do going forward. And of course, Jordan Hawkins, also a stud as well in his own right. And Dyson Daniels is another piece they drafted in the lottery a couple years ago, or a few years ago at this point. So a lot of interesting things. Of course, they were part of that Siakam trade where they dumped obviously Kyra Lewis to get under the apron, or under the salary, or under the luxury tax. So gonna be interesting to see what this team's gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna make a big move at the deadline or not. For whatever reason, I feel like they're not going to. I feel like they're going to stay stagnant at the deadline. I could 100% be wrong, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and simply pass the deadline today, just because this team's already super talented, and then we need to figure out what we need to do going forward. Does that mean trading CJ McCollum? Do we keep both Zion and Ingram together going forward? Are the Pelicans going to keep those two together going forward? Gonna be interesting to see, but we're gonna go ahead and simulate to the end of the season. We're 26-20 right now. I imagine with the way 2K treats the Pelicans, will be in the playoffs. So I'll see you guys when we reach that point. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. The way Prize Picks works, they have all kinds of stats to choose from. They have all kinds of sports to choose from. You simply click more or less on the projection that they give you. So for instance, if you think Colin Sexton's going over 19.5 points tonight, you click more on the projection. It's that simple. If you think Anthony Davis is going over his projection of 25.5 points, or if you think he's going under, you click less on the projection. It's that simple. Prize Picks gives you an extra sweat while you watch sports. I absolutely love Prize Picks. Swear by it. If you want to sign up for Prize Picks, use code Crushables. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And I forgot to mention as well, 2 players is 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. So a big bang if you can get 6 people right. And the way I use Prize Picks is using DGF's optimizer, also their correlation tool. So basically what the optimizer does, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books. So for instance, on this one, Stephen Curry listed at 10 right now on Prize Picks, while every single sports book has him listed at 9.5. So there is a discrepancy there. That's why this optimizer is recommending you take the under there. Same thing with Colin Sexton. Although there's not a discrepancy, every single sports book has the juice on the under. And then the other tool that I love very much is the correlation tool. They have all kinds of stuff on here. Hockey, they have League of Legends, CSGO. There is so much on here as far as correlation is concerned. So if you want to check out any of those tools, link is down in the description below. Their channel is also down in the description below. Of course, Prize Picks is down in the description below. Also, huge announcement. I will be going live on their channel 5 days a week, an hour before the NBA games start. So if you ever want to come check those out and learn more about these tools and watch me do it live, I will be there. So go check it out. But other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So at the end of the season, we do finish up as a playoff team in the Western Conference as a 6th seed in the Western Conference. So you had 22 points from Zion, 20 from CJ McCollum, 19 from Ingram, 13 from Trey Murphy, 13 from Joe Val, and 10 from Jordan Hawkins. What I'm trying to figure out is whether or not we need to choose from Zion or Ingram. Do we need to choose one or the other, or can we keep both? Can we make it work? It's definitely going to be an interesting decision to make, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to make it. Obviously, Zion is locked up a lot longer. Of course, the talent is all there. He could be one of the best players in the NBA if his work ethic was there, and of course, if he could stay healthy. Ingram, of course, is still a really solid player, but I do believe Zion's ceiling is higher. Of course, that is ignoring injuries and other stuff off the court. So let's go ahead, though, and see if we can beat the Denver Nuggets in round 1. I highly doubt it, but you never truly know with this game, and we are going to lose in 6. So that's kind of where I can see the Pelican season going. They make the playoffs. They, face a top contender. They push them a little bit, and then maybe they lose in 6 or 7 or whatever. So I could definitely see that be the road the Pelicans take this year, unless, of course, they make another move at the deadline, which I just don't foresee at the moment. I don't know what they're going to do. So we need to figure out, what do we do? What do we do after that? So let's go ahead, some of the playoffs. Let's see who wins the championship really quickly. And we got some big decisions to make this offseason. Cavaliers and Phoenix Suns. We're going to have the Cavs going to win the championship in 6 games. Get straight to retirements. Udonis Haslem, Rudy Gay retiring. Draft lottery. So we are projected, I believe, to get someone's pick here, which is the Lakers, which is actually really nice. And then we have like the Bucks picks in the future still. So we definitely have an arsenal still of assets that we can choose from. So let's see if we get lucky with this Lakers pick. I don't know if it's going to jump up into the top 4. Like, wow, it actually, Mavericks just jumped up. Wow, that's actually insane. They got number 1. Okay, well, shout out to the Mavericks. Damn, they got insanely lucky. We also have Milwaukee's pick here at 26. We have 14 and 26. Noted. Staff signing. We, of course, are going to have Willie Green, which I think he's a solid coach. So we're going to go ahead and keep him around, at least for now. And then let's get straight to decision time on draft night, as long as I can find a wing whisperer somewhere. I've not ran into a single one just yet. Wow. We are ice cold on finding one. All right, well, I'm going to find one, and I'll see you guys on draft night with the decisions we're about to make. Hey, I found one. Let's go. I think the first thing we're simply going to do, which, by the way, I actually have like 5 picks in this draft. I wasn't even, or 4, I should say. So we actually have 3 first-round picks in this draft. So what we could do is we could find a way to potentially move up in this draft if we really, truly wanted to, which I wouldn't be opposed to doing. If we could find a way to move up into the top 3 with some of the assets we have and get like Alex Sarr on this team, I think that would be absolutely ideal. Don't know how easy it would be to convince a team to trade down, but obviously we could give it a shot. So I might end up doing that. So let's see. Let's look at mock drafts, of course. Let's look at that. So of course, or as far as who's in the top. So you got the Thunder via the Rockets. You got the Pistons, the Wizards, Grizzlies, and Mavericks. So those are the 5 teams I would look to target. I obviously could trade Ingram to move up in the draft or something along the lines of that, or I could trade other assets to do so. So a lot of different options we could go with here, but I truly want another center for the future. That's truly what I'm looking for here. I don't really want to resign Jonas Valanciunas. So I'm kind of looking at the OKC Thunder or the Wizards or even the Grizzlies for that matter. The Grizzlies, of course, could be another team. But even Dallas is interesting if they wanted to add Brandon Ingram to their arsenal or something along the lines of that. So I think I might start with trying to move up in the draft. I'm going to go see what makes sense. Let's go talk to these 4 teams. Let's see what they want. And we'll try to trade into the draft or to the top of the draft and see if we can snag like Alex Sarr or one of the big men on the top of the draft. We're going to talk to the Dallas Mavericks about the number 1 overall pick. Basically, we're including every single pick that we have in this draft. Herb Jones, who I think would be an excellent fit next to Kyrie and Luka over there in Dallas anyway. And we offer 2027 and 2028. So that is a Milwaukee pick, and then that is our pick in 2028. So Dallas gains a lot of assets here. Of course, drafting number 1 could be useful for them, but at the same time, the number 1 prospect in this draft is not 100% clear. But obviously, Alex Sarr is someone who's in consideration for that, and they already do have Derek Lively. Of course, they could have both. But I think Herb Jones would be an excellent fit for them. You could even argue they don't include Grant Williams in the scenario. Maybe it's Maxi Kleber instead. That probably could make some more sense. But I feel like they should accept this. They do not accept it. I thought they would. So let's say we remove that pick. Instead, we throw a 2025 pick in here. Let's see what they say to that. They still don't agree. So number 1 is not going to come to us, actually. I thought they'd accept this, but they do not. So never mind. I'll throw Alvarado in here, maybe. They don't agree. I'll remove this one, and I will go 2025 again. So this is our way of selling all out for the number 1 overall pick. And no, not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and try for the number 2 overall pick instead. Worst case scenario here, we don't get Alex Sarr. We can draft Isaiah Collier. He could actually be a franchise point guard for us. So I'm going to offer that same package that I offered the Pelicans, and they're not going to agree. So we may not get what I thought we would be able to pull off. I really thought we'd be able to pull this off, but it's not looking like we're going to be able to. I'll offer my 2025 as well. They don't agree to that. So I guess I'll maybe remove Steven Adams or anybody else they can throw in this trade instead. Maybe Zaire Williams in here. They can't agree to that. So Never mind. We are not getting. They're trying to move up with the Mavericks and the Grizzlies, and I just went ahead and cut all that out because I failed epically. I couldn't get either team to I couldn't convince either team to move down in the draft, and I even offered a decent package, I feel like, but whatever. We're not getting what we wanted, which is fine. So we are going to be picking up 14. I guess I could have tried to trade with the Thunder to get Alex Sarr, who is really who I wanted, but unfortunately the Thunder would not budge, which really sucks. But all good. I think we're going to go ahead and start this draft with taking Bobby Klitman here. I kind of wanted a big for the future, so that could be that guy. Bobby Klitman could be that. I'm going to go ahead and take Tyrese Proctor here as well. And then last but certainly not least, we'll go ahead and take Kyle. So we'll see how that goes for us. Hopefully those three guys can work out for us, whether they are in a trade in the future or part of the core going forward, which honestly, we kind of striked pretty well in the draft. 74, 75, and 75. So we'll take that. Daniels will accept qualifying offers. Jeremiah Emerson Earl, we're going to go ahead and decline that. Don't really see me re-signing any of these guys that are available. So Najee Marshall, we'll see if we were re-signing him. But right now, CJ McCollum, of course, is our starting point guard. We have Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins. We have Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Zion, Bobby Klitman, and then Larry Nance and Kyle. So I was trying to address the big man spot in the draft, but unfortunately, we're not able to do that. So as far as free agency is concerned, obviously, we could just simply re-sign Jonas Valanciunas, which might be our best option at this point, to be completely honest with you. Don't really see anything else that would make sense unless we went out there and traded for a big, which I was kind of scanning around, and I don't know if there's a center that I truly like at the moment that we can go get. Another certain player that, again, that I was targeting earlier, Alex Sarr, is on the Thunder now. I wonder if I could eventually get him potentially. But yeah, I don't really think there's a big, although Anthony Davis bringing him back to New Orleans would be very interesting. I will say that if there is a path to doing that, we might look into that. But I think we're just going to go ahead and start off with re-signing Jonas Valanciunas. I don't really think there's any other option at this point. I'm going to give him a 2-year deal just because I don't want to be locked into him long term. I kind of want to replace him eventually. We're going to re-sign Joe Val to start, and this offseason was not very eventful whatsoever. I'm a little disappointed. Trying to move up in the draft. Unfortunately, things did not work out the way I wanted them to. But 100% at the deadline, we are stopping. We're going to make a move. So, as far as player progression is concerned, yeah, Daniels up to 78. Jordan Hawkins up to 77, which is good. And then Herb Jones doesn't move. Trey Murphy moves. And then Joe Val, CJ, of course, are on the decline. All right. Let's get straight into this next season. We got a lot of interesting decisions to make. Deadline day is going to be one for the ages in this video. I don't know what I'm going to completely do. I know we'll probably be good at the deadline, so there's probably no need for me to make a move. But I'm going to probably do it anyway, just because I want to do something on this video, right? I don't want to sit here and just simulate and, hey, oh, look, we won a championship. I didn't do anything. But let's go ahead and cut Sebron, and probably going to have to, yeah, we're going to cut JRE. So we're going to cut those two. We should be good. All right. Kyrie's going to last ninth. Like I said, 2K loves the Pelicans, so I would not be too surprised if the team just absolutely dominates in the simulation. I'm also going to shrink the bench utilization down quite a bit. No need to play it that much. So CJ, Herb Jones, Ingram, Zion, Joe Val, same starting five. Trey Murphy, Larry Nance, Daniels, Alvarado, and Jordan Hawkins, which leaves Proctor, Kyle, and Bobby Klitman all out. So I'm going to go ahead and send Klitman to the G League and also Proctor to the G League. And then we'll probably give Kyle minutes. I mean, can we give him minutes somewhere? I guess we can run an 11-minute rotation to try to get away with it. I want him to play a little bit just because, obviously, if he's not in the G League, we might as well let him play. But I will definitely be making a move at the deadline. So I will see you guys when we cross that bridge. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. So we are stopped at the trade deadline as we are 35-17. I figured things were going to go very well in the simulation, so I'm not too surprised by that. But we have two very interesting dynamics to look at here. There's two guys I'm particularly looking at here. So here are your player stats. So you had 24 from Zion. Clearly has separated himself from the pack. I think Zion, of course, is the guy we're building around here and who we plan on keeping. So Ingram is a guy that I might end up moving here, and you'll see why in just a second. But we have CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy also averaging 15 apiece as well. Joe Val with 13 and 8. But there's two interesting teams we need to look at. You're going to go ahead and see one of them right away. Hardly ever see this, but I guess it starts on us. What am I talking about? So let's scroll to those teams. That first being the 76ers. Joel Embiid, they are the 12th in the Eastern Conference right now. Now, they're only on 3 games under 500, but look at their roster. They have a 72, 71, and 74 starting for them. That is not a team that Joel Embiid can contend on. It just isn't. We need to save him, right? So that's the first guy I'm looking at, and we have the assets to pull it off. Which, by the way, do the Pelicans suck? No, unfortunately they don't, because their picks would have been more valuable. The Clippers, which they have like Kawhi and Paul George, but The other team I was looking at, he used to play in New Orleans, and that, of course, is Anthony Davis. I don't know how Pelicans fans would feel about trading for Anthony Davis again, especially giving up a lot of assets to do it. So I'm going to try my best not to do that. But we got to try to get Joel Embiid, man. That is my dream scenario right now. If I can find a way to get Joel Embiid on the Pelicans, that is what I want. I want to include Ingram to do it. I really am. So Ingram, I can include Joe Val, of course, as well, if need be. And then they have so many bad or cheap contracts. There's no way we can't get something done here. And then I would also include Herb Jones, because I feel like that's fair. Herb Jones could be in this trade. This might mess up our depth quite a bit, but again, I think this is gonna be worth it. So Pelicans 2025, 2027 is not very valuable. What about 2028 for or that's our pick? Did I include the Bucks pick? 2027 is only 1.5. And then do I have a young player who's worth a lot? Does like Proctor fit the bill? 2.5. Kyle, is he worth quite a bit? Let's see. 2-star. Okay. And then Bobby, last but not least. So Proctor would be the most valuable one, which I'm cool with including him if I need to. So let's see what they say to this bad boy. So Brandon Ingram, Joe Val, Herb Jones, 2020. If this Bucks pick was more valuable, I'm pretty confident this trade's going through. But since it's not sure we're gonna get them to accept this, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and offer anyway. Please accept it. They do not. Damn. Okay. My dreams might have been crushed. Dyson Daniels is 3-star. I would honestly be open to moving Dyson Daniels if need be, because that would give us CJ McCollum, who we can move in the future, of course. Trey Murphy would still be here. Hawkins would probably step up. So yeah, I think if we gut our roster quite a bit, this is still going to be worth in the long run. So you give me, not Melvin and Gene, so just someone who's not very valuable. Give me like Brave Quab, or I guess that would be 337k off. Okay, I guess we have to include like Nelson. All right. Does Dyson Daniels get it done? Let's see. No. Damn, bro. I want Joel Embiid so badly. All right. Does our pick have value? No, does not at all. Bucks pick has the most value. And then, yeah, so that's not going to get it done either. I would have to include like Kyle potentially as well. This will be the last effort that I could go with to get Joel Embiid on this roster. They still don't agree. Damn. Guess we're going to turn our attention to Anthony Davis on the Lakers. Man, I really wanted to accomplish getting Joel Embiid. The story of this video has been me absolutely failing to get anybody that I want on this team. So I'm going to try to do this without Ingram involved, though. So that's where we're going to start things off here. So I'm going to include CJ McCollum, just because, I don't know. We're going to start with CJ McCollum. I'm going to throw Herb Jones in here. I feel like that's fair. I'll throw in this Pelican, well, not this Pelicans pick, this Bucks pick. We're getting Anthony Davis back on the Pelicans, which is not something I envisioned doing, but here we are. I'll also, and we'll take, Barry, never mind. They need more money in this trade. Okay. I'll take Gabe Vincent off your hands. 2025, 2028, and then, I mean, we can include maybe one of the young players. We could try to keep Dyson Daniels out. Would they just accept this, and I threw one more first in here? Would they just accept this? That was so easy. Why couldn't we do that for Joel Embiid, bro? Like, that sucks so badly. I wanted Embiid so badly. But hey, we get Anthony Davis, who is actually a decent fit next to Zion. Obviously, his shooting isn't the best, but it's not the worst in the world, so we'll take it. So here is what it's looking like now. So now we have Dyson Daniels starting. We have, we traded CJ McCollum. That's right. That's why. All right, we got to shrink this rotation down to a 9-man. So we traded CJ McCollum in that trade, so he is gone. We kept Ingram in the trade, of course. So, all right. Dyson Daniels is starting. Let's start Alvarado, which I definitely disagree with. And then we traded Herb Jones, didn't we? All right. So we're going to have to mesh things up here a little bit. So Ingram at the 3. Trey Murphy at the 2 goes down. Ingram would probably go down 1. So we'll do that. Ingram will play the 2. Daniels will play the 1. He would obviously go up, but we're going to leave him at point guard. So that should fix our problem right there. It'll be Dyson Daniels, Ingram, Trey Murphy, Zion, and Anthony Davis. Larry Nance, Alvarado, Jordan Hawkins, and Gabe Vincent. And actually, that last spot can honestly go to Kyle at this point. So we'll go Kyle here, which we could probably move him to power forward. He might even go up. I don't know if he does or not. But man, I'm disappointed we could not get Joel Embiid. That's who I really wanted, obviously, but could not pull it off, man. Fortunately, just could not pull it off. I'm going to give Kyle these minutes though, and that will be our rotation rest of the season. So I'll see you guys at the end of this season. 4-star balance. Anthony Davis back in New Orleans. Wanted it to be Embiid, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys at the end of things here. So, of course, at the end of year number 2, things go really well. Rookie of the Year goes to Stephon Castleton and also Sixth Man. So, obviously, he's one of the better players in the 76ers right now because that team is terrible, which is why I don't know why they couldn't give me Embiid, bro. You need to free that man, but whatever. So, All NBA first team, do we get, like, Zion making it? We do. Or Anthony Davis makes it, not Zion, which I don't think I saw Zion. Did I see him? No, don't believe so. Okay. So, we are the first team in the West. No surprise. Obviously, as we know, the Pelicans are very, very good in the simulation. So, you have 25 from Zion, 21 from AD, and 20 from Brandon Ingram. He was averaging 17 at the deadline. So, of course, moving a few guys out, I definitely think helps Brandon Ingram's case. So, love to see that. But now we get the Utah Jazz in round 1, who have Trey Mann, Sexton, Oubre, Markkanen, Kessler, John Collins. Actually did a Jazz rebuild yesterday. So, if you want to go check it out, it is on the channel. Somebody curl around against the Jazz, and we are going to beat them in 4 games. And now we get to play the Denver Nuggets. We have Jamal Murray, KCP, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and Christian Brown. Obviously, this team eliminated us last year. We'd love to return the favor. AD, is going to be a lot better having on Jokic than it would have been Joe Val. So, but they're up 2-1 on us. Do we even it up? We do not. We're down 3-1. So, trading for AD experiment right now is not working in our favor. So, we'll go ahead and see if we can maybe come back from this 3-1 deficit. If not, we are going to go back to the drawing board. I mean, I'm not too discouraged because we have so many players coming from the G League that I feel like our team's going to get better. But, hey, maybe we find a way to even the series up and none of this even matters. So, let's see what happens. We are going to win this one? Yeah, barely. Okay, we beat them. Do force a game 7. In New Orleans, all we got to do is keep doing what we've been doing the last 2 games, and we are in the Western Conference Finals. But this is going to be a back and forth game. We take the lead, they take it back and forth we go. 5-point lead right now, but of course we're not out of it by any, or the Nuggets aren't out of it by any means. But it looks like we are going to close this one out, unless if they. Oh my gosh! Wow, we actually won that at the very end. 25 from Zion, 19 from Brandon Ingram, 16. But now we run into the dreaded Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder, of course, never easy team to beat. Let's see what happens. So many current round against them, and we actually swept them. That's actually shocking. Okay, now we get the Cavaliers. So, Daniels starting, Mitchell, Garland, Gordon Hayward, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. So, we just beat the Thunder, right? So, can we beat the Cavs too? Let's see. All right. Well, just like that, we've won a championship. Zion is your Finals MVP. Man, I failed over and over trying to get something going. And I might even show. I mentioned earlier that I was going to cut out trying to trade up for those picks, but I might even show that just because you're going to truly see how much I struggled to get something done. But eventually we got Anthony Davis, and it worked out. We won a championship. So we're going to end it on that note. We always end off on a championship. I think it's fair to do that. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Really wanted Embiid. That would have been the dream, but it's all good. Thank you guys for watching as always. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.